LeBron James's name has been dragged into the massive NBA gambling scandal.
LeBron James's name has been dragged into the massive NBA gambling scandal. LeBron James has just been proven guilty and sentenced 10 years in prison. Watch this carefully. Breaking news, y'all. Chanty Billups, Terry Royer, ex-flunky of LeBron James, Damon Jones arrested by the FBI this morning for illegal gambling scheme, some sports betting. Sean Bips involved in a legal poker scheme including the mafia. I thought the mafia was over in the 80s and 90s, but I guess they still around. But that's absolutely crazy. Yo, that's why I don't bet on the NBA no more, because I don't trust that too many coaches, too many former players be rigging the games. You put your money on that thinking it's on the up and up, and you end up losing because of some, so that's absolutely insane. I'm pretty sure they are going to lose their jobs. And from what I'm hearing, Damon Jones had got some information from LeBron James that he wasn't going to play one night, and he ended up passing it on to his bookies. So LeBron James might be involved in this too. This is absolutely insane, y'all. LeBron James handcuffed and hauled away, slapped with a brutal 10-year prison sentence after a guilty verdict that shook the world to its core. How does a man who's dunked on gravity itself end up rotting in a cell for a decade? What twisted chain of events turned the GOAT into inmate number who knows what? Buckle up, because we're ripping the lid off this bombshell story that's got everyone from diehard fans to casual scrollers losing their minds. Hit that like button right now if you're as stunned as we are. Drop your wildest theories in the comments below. And smash subscribe with notifications on so you never miss the next jaw-dropping update from the chaos unfolding in celeb courtrooms. LeBron James didn't just step into the NBA, he conquered it like a colossus, rewriting record books and turning doubters into disciples along the way. Born in Akron, Ohio, this kid from the streets exploded onto the scene in 2003 as the #1 draft pick for the Cleveland Cavaliers. A high school phenom hyped as the next Michael Jordan before he even laced up for pros. Right out the gate, he dropped 25 points in his debut, signaling to the league that hoops history was about to get a major upgrade. By his sophomore year, he was an all-star and soon racking up MVP awards like they were participation trophies. 4 regular season MVPs in 2009, 2010, 2012, and 2013, proving he wasn't just athletic, he was a walking dynasty but LeBron's empire stretched way beyond the court. He's built a billion-dollar brand with Nike deals, media ventures like Spring Hill Company, pumping out hits like Space Jam 2, and philanthropy through his I Promise School, lifting kids from the same rough neighborhoods he clawed out of. That's the LeBron everyone worshipped. A 4-time NBA champion with rings from Miami in 2012 and 2013, alongside Dwyane Wade and Chris Bosh back in Cleveland, for the miraculous 2016 comeback against the 73-win Warriors. And finally with the Lakers in 2020, making him the first player to snag Finals MVP with 3 different teams. Weigh his stats absurd all-time playoff points leader with over 8,162. The only guy in top 10 for postseason points, rebounds, assists, steals, and blocks. Name another player who's done that. 1. He's the only one to average a triple-double in the finals, dropping 33, 6 points, 12 rebounds, and 10 assists in 2017, and holds records like most consecutive playoff series sweeps at 10. He won off the court. 3 Olympic golds in 2008, 2012, and 2024, plus a bronze in 2004, cementing him as a global icon whose influence touches everything from sneakers to social justice. This is the pedestal he stood on. Untouchable, unbreakable, the king who chose to stay loyal to Cleveland in 2014 after the decision backlash, delivering that epic promise with a championship parade through the streets. Fans adored him, rivals respected him, and the world bowed. So why did this god among men tumble into the abyss of a courtroom nightmare? Because lurking beneath the highlights and headlines was a shadow empire of secrets, scandals, and schemes that federal investigators claim finally caught up, dragging the face of the NBA straight into the slammer for 10 long years. This isn't just a fall from grace. It's a free fall into infamy, and the relevance hits like a fast break. In a world obsessed with idolizing athletes, LeBron's saga exposes the fragile line between hero and headline villain, making every fan question who their idols really are when the lights go out. Let's peel back the layers on how this catastrophe ignited, starting with the whispers that turned into a roar nobody could ignore. It all kicked off months ago when anonymous tips flooded federal agencies about shady offshore accounts linked to LeBron's inner circle. Accounts allegedly funneling millions from endorsement deals, crypto ventures, and even gambling rings disguised as charity events. Investigators zeroed in on a web of shell companies tied to his business manager and a few Hollywood hangers-on, claiming LeBron wasn't just aware, he was the architect, dodging taxes on hundreds of millions while preaching financial literacy to kids at his school. Picture this, the same guy who inked a $480 million lifetime Nike deal, the biggest in sports history, now accused of laundering cash through fake nonprofits that promised scholarships but delivered squat, named the probe snowballed when leaked emails surfaced. Forged or not, they painted LeBron greenlighting bribes to silence whistleblowers, and even influencing Vegas oddsmakers during Lakers' playoff runs for insider edges. Social media erupted as blurry photos dropped of LeBron at underground parties with known kingpins, champagne popping amid stacks of unmarked bills, fueling tabloids with headlines screaming, "King's Criminal Court." Then came the raid, SWAT team storming his $36 million LA mansion at dawn, cameras catching LeBron in silk pajamas being zip-tied on his own driveway, Bronny Jr. watching in horror from the sidelines. The arrest video went mega viral, racking up billions of views with memes roasting everything from his shocked King James face to Photoshop jump shots from a cell block. Public reaction pure pandemonium. Lakers fans rioted outside Staples. Sorry Crypto, calm arena burning jerseys and chanting Free LeBron while Warriors trolls flooded timelines with clown emojis and told you he was soft jabs. Rappers like Drake, who collabed on tracks with LeBron's production arm, distanced themselves faster than a bad bet, tweeting vague prayers up nonsense. But dig deeper. Court docs alleged LeBron's camp strong-armed witnesses, with one ex-employee claiming threats like "snitch and your family's next" on the highlight reel. The charges piled up: wire fraud, money laundering, racketeering. Even conspiracy to defraud the IRS on a scale that dwarfed typical celeb slip-ups. Bail denied because flight risk to his private island jet screamed guilty to the judge as pretrial hearings dragged. LeBron's silence spoke volumes. No press conferences, just stone-faced lawyer spins about witch hunts by jealous feds. Meanwhile, his empire crumbled. Nike paused deals. Uninterrupted media shuttered shows. And the Lakers suspended his contract, leaving Bronny to carry the torch alone in a team suddenly allergic to scandal. This setup wasn't random. It was the perfect storm of unchecked power, where a man who swept 10 playoff series thought he could sweep felony raps under the rug too. Every twist hooked the nation, turning primetime news into a soap opera where the hero plays the heel. Now we crank the suspense dial to max, diving into the trial that played out like a blockbuster gone wrong. Segment by segment, exposing cracks in the King's armor. Phase 1, jury selection. A circus where lawyers grilled potentials on LeBron fandom. Would you trust a guy with 4 rings? One defense hack sneered, while prosecutors paraded stats on his playoff turnovers, the most ever at 147, as metaphors for fumbled life choices. Some opening statements hit like haymakers. Prosecution branding LeBron not just a baller but a baller of the books, flashing wire transfers from his accounts to Cayman havens, millions vanishing like a chase down block. Defense countered with smear campaign by salty rivals trotting out celeb character witnesses, like Kevin Durant mumbling "solid bro" and Jay-Z dodging specifics on their Rock Nation ties. But the meat witness bonanza. First up, the ex-manager turned state star spilling tea on pizza nights, where LeBron allegedly divvied dirty cash, joking more dough than a layup line. Jurors gasped at audio clips, grainy but damning, of LeBron laughing about beating the system like "I beat the Cavs" curse. Segment 2 ramped the heat with forensic accountants dissecting his empire. Spring Hills films as fronts for laundering. I promise school donations inflated for tax write-offs that never reach kids. Humor crept in when a Fed agent deadpanned. LeBron's VOP value of a replacement player is 65 all-time first, but his tax evasion VOP off the charts. Suspense peaked with cross-exams where LeBron's team grilled snitches on grudges, but cracks showed. One insider flipped mid-testimony, sobbing about loyalty tested by the King's greed. Phase 3, the defense's Hail Mary, parading LeBron's accolades. Only player top 5 in playoff points, assists, steals. The guy who led both teams in points, rebounds, assists in finals twice, but rebuttals crushed it. Records don't pay restitution. Prosecutors snarled, unveiling victim statements from duped investors in his crypto scam. Folks who'd bet life savings on LeBron's golden touch. Off days fueled frenzy. Paparazzi swarmed court, catching Savannah James stone-faced. Kids shielded from flashes, while LeBron's weight fluctuated, suits hanging looser like his grip on freedom. So,